Hello and welcome back to Become a God. This week we're going to take a look at KingDanzz Green Mid Range deck, which he had a lot of success with in the recent Aurora Open. Now I have seen other players play this. I saw Cappuccino playing something very similar. I also saw S of Dawn playing a deck like this as well. So this Green Mid Range variant has become quite popular within the community, and it kind of reminds me of old Yellow Events. Lots of utility cards and you're kind of relying on your creatures to stick to the board. So I'm not sure how I will take to this deck. I've never been a fan of those style of lists, but hopefully I'll do pretty well with it and I can get some climbing done with this build. Be sure to check out the hub. There's plenty of decks on there from the recent Aurora Open, so if you're curious to see what decks are at the top of competitive Faeria right now, be sure to check that out. But let's get into some matches and see how this green mid-range performs. Alright guys, into our first match. I feel like I'm just going to mulligan all of this, to be honest. I want to find a Mace Man, ideally. I guess I could keep one Willow just in case we don't find that Mace Man. And this will actually enable the Ancient Boar, which is pretty good. So, yeah, just going to start off on the side of our orb and make our way up. This creates a pretty good path for Silent Horsemaster. Oh, it's going to be Rush, okay. So I'm not that experienced with this deck yet. I did see it be posted on the hub by KingDanzz. I was just very curious about it. What do I want to do? I think I just stick the Willow on this side. And on the follow-up, I can go Forest here, then play the Ancient Boar, and then start neutraling to kind of block up all the aggressive lands that are coming. Excuse me. But it does really depend on what type of Rush deck I'm playing against, and it's going to be Yellow Rush by the looks of things. So now I can do a couple of plays here. Actually, I could just go for land here because my opponent can just take this anyway. And then I could dash a boar, and then I could play... no, actually, I need to move across. This is a tough one. I think I dash a boar, and then I Tiki Caretaker the Willow. I don't even need to dash the boar, actually. I can just leave the boar here. Move across, and then we can Tiki Caretaker this. This is going to be a big pain for my opponent to deal with unless there's Choking Sands available. I'm kind of hoping there isn't. Bit of a gamble, I suppose, but I think this works out for me. Protects my Caretaker. My boar needs an extra damage before it can be cleared, but if my opponent decides to clear the boar, well, at least then the Willow might live and the Willow can get something done. Boars are probably going to have a big influence on how I win this match, because with my Forest in this position, I can dash straight up here, and I can develop aggressive lands which will allow me to play Verdant Forces. So I'm just curious to see what happens now. It's going to be a Soul Drain, okay. Probably a Shaitan Demon here. No, just a pass. Speaking of aggression, let's go. Let's get this boar right up. Put this into the middle. Yeah, we're going to double neutral. So I'm looking for an aggressive Forest. I'm not going to build a land here, simply because if I was to build a land here, I'm building a land for my opponent to attack from. Not something I want right now. Oh wow, that's really good, guys. That's absolutely excellent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this here. Give this a buff. So now it can't be Choking Sands, it'd have to be Nightmared. Then I'm going to Horsemaster this up and hit the orb. So now I'm collecting potentially off 2 wells. I could have actually double neutraled here, and I was thinking about it, but that basically means I need to build another land. And I need to get a land on this side anyway if I want to spread my forces around my opponent. So I felt like it was a bit of a waste going for double neutral here. So that's why I went for the Forest. And last Nightmare, just like I said, was a way to answer that Willow. But there you go, going to be concede. No surprise there. I had such a good start. My first win of the day. I did play a couple of matches before. I didn't do too well. I played against Mino Caro. Mino Caro actually absolutely slaughtered me in my warm-up. But looking pretty good against Yellow Rush. That's a good start. I haven't had much experience this deck, so I'm going to be learning as I go. And yeah, good start. way to kick things off. Let's get into another match. Alright guys, into another match. I quite like this hand, to be honest. I got a Mace Man to start things off. I can play this turn 1 since I'm playing second. And I can use the Horsemaster and the power up to get close to an enemy. So I am going to keep this hand. I'm going to try it out. It looks pretty tasty to me. Let's see what my opponent is up to. We get to get an idea of what my opponent is playing. Since they're going to be playing first, it's going to be double neutral over to the right. So this, to me, says probably yellow tempo. So we'll see how this plays out for us. And we can go into a Runin's Guidance next turn, which will be pretty safe for us, actually. We need Campfire, Soul Drain. Oh, it's going to be a mountain. Okay. Alright, so not so safe anymore. I need an Elderwood Embrace, ideally. Pick up a Horsemaster. That's fine. I'm just gonna chill here, because if I move up and pre-buff, my opponent can hit and then Scyther's Wrath. So I'm just trying to give myself a little bit more time to draw into something like an Elderwood Embrace. But now I kind of just want a Deepwood Stalker. That's gonna be another Mace Man. Okay. So in Forest here. Can Horsemaster, power up and clear. Forcing my opponent to have removal options. We can just go into another Mace Man down here, just out the way of the Fire Elemental, so if there is removal, I don't lose my Mace Man immediately. And then maybe we can pick up another power up. That's what I'm hoping. Like, I'll double neutral across here. Best case scenario is this gets Flame Bursted. Flame Burst is pretty good for me, simply because I'm able to get that direct damage out of my opponent's hand. By now I'm going to play a little bit more aggressive. Go in and take care of this guy. And then I'm going to try and curve my lands around here, and then I'll be able to attack from this well. Using like Verdant Forces and stuff, that's going to be really difficult for red to deal with. So if I can get, if I can maybe double neutral here, if I can get away with it, I might need to land. My opponent's actually going to respond to this with some land development, so just respecting, really, that if I start developing green creatures from this region, it's going to be really difficult to defend against me. Alright, so I can completely starve my opponent of Faeria. If I go for a Willow on here, so I can clear out the Elemental, go for a Willow. My opponent is forced to Flame Burst and initiative is passed back to me. So we're going to go for that. Probably not going to bother going into there now. So let's go for the Willow. Because if there isn't a Flame Burst to finish this off now, I can Tiki Caretaker down here, and then I can hit. So, oh, it's got an Emperor's Command. Okay. Into Scyther's Wrath. 2 cards for 1. I'll take that. I'm pretty happy with that trade-off there. I'm going to take a draw here. Oh, we get the Emperor's Command ourselves. You know what? We're going to stick a Caretaker right in front. We're both starved of Faeria, but if I can get something down to stick, I can use Elderwood Embrace now to just keep punching my opponent. So I'm basically like just making it very difficult for my opponent to fight back. I'm going to take Faeria here, actually. I'm just going to take the Elderwood and just hit. So if a Horsemaster could come here with a Scyther's Wrath, that would be a pretty nice response. But it is very specific. Takes a draw. So can't Horsemaster Scyther's Wrath anymore. Might see something like a Grimguard come down in this spot just to lock this in. Bombslinger, okay. That is a draw, guys. That is an amazing draw. This is such a problem. Because now I just keep punching my opponent's face. And every turn now I'm going to +1. Because now I'm the aggressor and I can +1 every turn to make sure that I can +1 on the following turn to play Runin. So I get free Faeria, I +1. And then the next turn I can +1 and I have enough Faeria to play Runin once more. It's going to take her out. So you can see I am playing... Oh, I might not even need a +1 this turn because I can't really do anything about Runin. Yeah, we'll pass. So my opponent has stabilized. My opponent's did a good job of keeping me at bay. Just for a defensive axe grinder, but still the defender. Hate Seed. Oh, okay. It's not. I haven't seen Hate Seed in a long time. Really old school kind of card here. I'm gonna have a Firebringer aggressive. That was an amazing turn by my opponent. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Quad collecting. I take 8 damage. I guess I could race. It's hard to race because my opponent has a lot of ways to kill Runin, so it hits me for 8. So let's say I play Runin, it gets killed, hits me for 8. I play Runin again as an 8/8, hits me for 8 again. So I feel that I should probably just play Runin here. Play an aggressive Runin, +1, and pass. So this, I'm expecting this Runin to get cleared. So that's an expectation here. I maybe I should have went for more board control. I don't know. Like like I said, I don't really know how to play this deck yet. It has been quite popular by the looks of it. I have seen some streamers play it, like Cappuccino. I've seen S of Dawn play it as well, but I haven't really had a chance to play it myself because I've been playing so much Blue-Red Gem Shell. So it hits me for 8. I guess my biggest concern now is another creature coming down here. So maybe I should have taken a forest just to be able to play the Willow. Good little position in here, actually. Yeah, so making it pretty difficult for me. I do have healing. I guess I'm gonna have to do this now. Just so it can't move. I'm hoping he's trade, I guess, and then I can heal. I don't really see me coming back from this one. Nice to see Hate Seeds, though. I'm pretty happy to see some Hate Seeds. I think the issue there was I played really aggressive. You know, I was really I went really aggressive here. I probably should have just fought at the wells and used my power-ups to take control of them. I played this a bit too aggressive for a mid-range deck. But yeah, I've learned from that now. I won't be doing that again. So going into the next game, if I do encounter a deck like this, I'm going to try and fight more on the wells, or we'll see how it performs when we do that. But yeah, good game to my opponent. And nice to see Hate Seeds coming back. Good old classic mid-red card. But let's get into our next game and see if we do any better. Alright guys, another match. Oh man, I hope I win this one. I hope I figured this deck out. I don't think it's not necessarily the deck. The deck is very good. It's just probably not my style. I don't know, it's really hard to say. Especially after playing so much Gemshell Tortoise. I'm used to being a bit more controlling, you know, keeping my a bit more resource management. I let my opponent come to me and then I'll deal with them, whereas I haven't really been playing kind of any mid-range decks recently, so you know, I'm curious to see if I can figure this list out over the next few games. Gonna have another Rush deck. Now, we did pretty well against Yellow Rush last time, Ancient Boar actually being a big part of that, being able to dash up the middle there. I'm gonna go for that land again. I really liked it. It was good. Because now I can do it just straight from now. I can just go, right, okay, I'm going into dash. Maybe I don't even dash. Maybe I just wait. Because my opponent builds a desert here. Can't hit my orb yet. No, I think I dash and I move here. And this allows me to Horsemaster next turn if I want to. But it also has a taunt locked in to stop the haste creatures from going ham. Desert comes down. Flash Salmon. Surprised to see this still being played in Rush. since it can't be demon wrangled anymore due to the divine. Chipping Sands, Soldier, Soul Drain. No, just gonna hit my face. Demon Wrangler that. Okay. So I can Horsemaster and I can Caretaker. That is an option. I feel like I draw. I draw first and see what I get. Oh wow, Deepwood Stalker, that's really good. Okay, so now I can just Horsemaster, Deepwood Stalker this, and then try and get value on this on the follow-up. It's a little greedy, I'm letting myself take 5 damage, but I'm trying to get value out of my Deepwood Stalker. I'm trying to let it kill something else. So if I can 2 for 1, I'd be pretty happy. It looks like it's just going to get soul drained here, but then I can use the Horsemaster as long as there's not another piece of removal. And I get to collect off the left-hand well, and this could be pretty handy when I'm trying to race. 5. Monk? It's going to be a follower, okay. Does move. Alright, so I'm going to keep drawing here. Go for the Tiki Care. Actually, you should have doubled Tiki Caretaker, I think. Put him down to 10. 8. Lethal. Yeah, actually, I should have double Tiki Caretaker there. Double Tiki Caretaker puts him to 8, puts him down to 10. Then I can go into Elderwood Embrace for lethal. So, don't know why I was looking for in that draw. I'm going to be relying on some healing now to keep me in the match. It's kind of a missed lethal opportunity there. Because if this isn't Last Nightmare, I would have just won. But too quick to draw. Huh, I drew healing, so all is good. I got away with it in the end. So I can hit this. I think I draw again. Oh, excellent. Everything lined up here. So yeah, I just have lethal now. I was pretty lucky actually, but I think I should have set lethal with the double Tiki Caretaker. Double Tiki Caretaker would have been absolutely perfect. It would have won me the game easily, but yeah, I did make a mistake there. I think there's just a lot for me to learn about this deck. It's not as straightforward as it would seem by the looks of things. Into a Monk. Hit, Prayer, Soul Drain Monk, win Soldier, win. And there we have it. Well played to my opponent. Beaten Rush twice in a row, losing to Mid Red twice in a row. So we're 2-2 right now. Let's get into another match, and hopefully we can play against a non-rush, and I can figure out how this deck works. Alright guys, the last game of this episode. This will probably decide if I continue to play this into the other episodes, which is not looking very likely for me right now. I'm going against Mino. I played against Mino earlier, playing Green Red Crackthorn, and look at this hand. Oh my goodness, I really hate drawing hands like this. There's not a lot I can do with them. Is this going to be a Blue Jump? That might be Dream Reaver with the Water Elemental. Blue Jump is a deck that did pretty well in the Aurora's Open as well. Alvar, I believe, was running Blue Jump. So I'm curious to give that a try as well. Big fan of that archetype, so maybe that'll be my next deck to move on to. But it looks like the lakes are going to continue. It's going to be a desert, so it's going to be some kind of blue-yellow deck. Lot of land ramps so far, so my opponent is pushing up. I'm actually going to play a bit more defensively now. I think I'll just stick the boar here. And we'll wait. So I can collect off my own wells, and then I can start defending. So what is this deck? Is this going to be Twin Souls? Probably going to be tow ships involved somewhere. I think I might actually just move the Willow into double collection here. Let's get the Verdant Force down. Could Emperor's Command this, so if the Frogify comes on my Verdant Force, it doesn't live. But then again, if the Frogify does come down, I can just finish it off with the Emperor's Command that way. So I have a few ways I can go about that, but we'll see. We'll see if my opponent has answers to both of these threats. Aurora. Yep, it's fine. Frogify. Oh, so just had both the answers, unfortunately, there. Maybe I should have Emperor's Commanded there preemptively. Yeah, let's get him into double collection. We'll Emperor's Command this, and we'll just get Runin down. And Runin's just going to be a way for me to finish this off, and then I'll double collect, and I'll just replay Runin after. We'll see what happens to this Water Elemental. What's it going to do? Is it going to go to my orb? Maybe there's another Frogify. If there's another Frogify, I'm going to be a little sad. But actually, now drawing Runin, the Frogify on the Verdant Force wasn't too bad, because now Runin won't get Frogified. At least I hope. You never know. Could just be another Frogify sitting in that hand, and I will be the saddest player ever. I'll take the orb damage. Maybe Twin Souls? What's going on here? It's going to be a Fanatic, so this is going to just jump over to the other side. Into a Colossus? Oh my goodness. This is a lot of pressure very, very quickly. Okay, so I do have some options. I can now Elderwood this and finish off this guy and stay alive. I could alternatively just use the Emperor's Command, but I might need that for healing going forward. Unless I Elderwood this Emperor's Command and then clear the Colossus. Take 6, 9. I take 9 next turn. If I clear this and clear this, I only take 7 next turn. But I still don't have an answer to this, really. I guess the Willow can... So the Willow can help finish it off, actually. So if I do this... Take some Faeria as well, just to make sure we can replay Runin if need be. So Fanatic's actually really good here for my opponent, because they can move the Aurora down, finish off the Runin, and then punch me for 7. So they can move here and hit me for 7. And that's going to set up lethal. Oh, Soul Drain seems to work pretty well. So I need Horsemaster just to stay alive at this point. I do have the Emperor's Command. I guess I can just use that. I'm going to move this across just in case. We need to finish off this Colossus now. We need that extra damage. I'm using the Emperor's Command as a way to heal there, rather than using it as a way to reduce the power and the life of my opponent's creatures. So that's why the Willow's moved up onto that spot. Just making sure that I can taunt it up if Runin gets answered, or if I need to run both of them into the Colossus to stop it. So Aurora's now shimmied into that double collection spot. Wind Soldier coming down. Perhaps just double Wind Soldier here. Punch me for 7. Might just kill the Willow, actually. I think punching for 7's pretty good here. Now I just don't have enough Faeria to do anything, really. I guess I can play a Mace Man, which is not bad. Get the Mace Man down. We're trying to finish off this Colossus, but with my opponent double collecting, and if another Colossus comes down, I'm not going to have a lot of answers available to deal with that. So I'm in a really difficult position here. All that land ramp was very hard to deal with at the start. And like I said, I haven't really clicked with this deck as much as I would like to. So I don't know. You guys, by all means, leave comments if you've seen like Danz and other players play this deck differently. Maybe you can give me some tips. I doubt I'm going to play this into the next episode. I'm probably going to go to Alvar's Blue Jump. I have a lot of experience with Blue Jump. I'm a big fan of the archetype as well. We have a Toe Ship moving out the way. Fanatic. Moving Aurora out the way. Just trying to seal the deal here. Take my draw. Let's see if I pick up anything worthwhile. And I don't. And that is going to be game. I'm going to conclude this episode with a loss, unfortunately. With a deck that, like I said, I don't really gel with. That doesn't really appeal to me that much. But you guys might like it. Be sure to check out the Aurora Cup VODs over on the Twitch channel. Faeria TV. You can find some high-level play of this deck there. But yeah, not a deck for me. So unfortunately, it's going to be left behind in the next episode. And that concludes this episode of Become a God. And unfortunately, I did not click with the deck as I wanted to. But I got to play it at least and give it a go. And not my style of deck, but you guys might enjoy it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. You can also check out previous episodes of Become a God. Lots of blue, red, gem shell, tortoise action over the last few episodes. And be sure to leave those comments as well. I've been reading your comments, I've been appreciating your feedback, as well as your thoughts on my plays and also the decks I'm playing. Be sure to keep leaving them, guys. I'm reading them, I'm responding, and yeah, I'm really enjoying listening to your feedback. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy KingDanzz Green Mid Range.